question 1a here on review sheet F. We've got to use a trapezium rule with 5 ordinates to find an approximate value for the area bounded by the curve y equals 3.5 to the power x. The x-axis along with the lines x equals 1 and x equals 5. And then don't forget at the end you've got to give your answer to one decimal place. So what I would do first of all is grab your formula book, and on page 9 I believe you've got this, a trapezium rule. Okay, so you've got that there. Let's just start, because let's have a look at this bit of the formula first. We've got h equals b minus a divided by n. So they're the limits, if you like, as you can see on the integral side at the beginning of the equation. So for our question, we've really been given here a is 1 and b is 5. So h equals 5 minus 1 divided by n's the number of strips. Now we've been told the number of ordinates, so there's 5 ordinates, which means there's 4 strips. So we're dividing here by 4. Okay, so h is 4 divided by 4, so 1. So this means we can start our table off, which I'm sure you've done in class. I'm sure most teachers are doing a table here, so this makes it a lot easier for you. So start with your lower value of x. You've got 1, add on 1, so h, so 1 plus 1 is 2, add on 1 again, add on 1 again, and add on 1 again. And we're going to find the corresponding y values. So you're given in your question that y is equal to 3.5 to the power of x. Okay, so that's what you're doing when you're working out these values. So when x equals 1, you've got 3.5 to the power of 1. When x is 2, you've got 3.5 squared, then you've got 3.5 cubed, 3.5 to the power of 4, and 3.5 to the power of 5. Okay? You need to work all these out on your calculator. Now when you do it, remember you need to give your final answer to one decimal place. So don't at this stage round to one decimal place. You need to round to more than that. So I'd keep it to sort of 3 or 4 decimal places, so that then at the end you don't have any rounding errors. Okay, so 3.5 to the power 1 obviously is 3.5. 3.5 squared, if you pop it on your calculator, is 12.25. 3.5 cubed on your calculator, you get 42.875. 3.5 to the power of 4, you've got 150.0625. So keep these as accurate as possible. 3.5 all to the power of 5 is equal to 525.21875. Okay, so it is important there, though you might feel a little bit lazy. Actually, you do to make sure you do write down all those decimal places, because you'll lose your accuracy mark at the end when you're rounding to one decimal place if you don't. So definite worthwhile. Okay, at this point here, you've done all the hard work really. You're now just substituting into the formula. So you're going back to this, your trapezium rule. So that's write it down in full. So our area is approximately equal to, and really we're finding between 1 and 5 of our equation here, which is 3.5 to the power x dx, and we're saying that's approximately equal, so I'm just on this point here now, of half times h. Our h we found to be 1 back here, and then we're timesing that by the end. This is the first and the last ordinate. So our first ordinate here is 3.5. I'm looking at this table here, and the last one is 525. So we've got 3.5 plus 525.21875. Okay, so that's the first and the last. So working out that first, and then we're adding on twice. So I'm just at this bit of the formula now. All of the middle ordinates. So this whole chunk here is my middle ordinates. So I've got 12.25 plus 42.875. Add, and so I'm going to have to write on the next line down. So I'm adding on 150.0625. Okay, so close your brackets and close your square brackets. So all I've done is we've just copied this whole thing here and substituted in ARM information. So at this point you'll keep going. It's approximately equal to, because remember the area is not exactly equal to, this is just an approximation. So you've got half times 1 to half. You need to put this into your calculator and so on, then 2 times all of this. Make sure you use the brackets or do bits separately, and remember if you're writing things down, rather than do it all in your calculator in one go, please do write all the decimal places you don't want to round. And your final answer if I can write this down, is 469. You should get 469.546875. So write that down so that you've shown that you've got the right answer, and that then is equal to 469.5 to 1 decimal place, which is your final answer. And that's part A done.